What happens when two people have a real conversation? What do they talk about? How does it affect them? And what happens when those two people part, forever touched by that dialogue? This is the story of how one conversation marks the beginning of a revolution, the beginning of something extraordinary that touches the lives of thousands of people over time. This is the story of Real Evolution Yoga. There's this moment on the yoga mat when your breath, body, and mind are perfectly aligned. You've experienced it before because you keep returning to the mat seeking that special yoga glow. Nowadays, you can't remember how many times you stepped onto your mat. 100? 500? Maybe even 1,000? Your yoga mat is as worn as your shower curtain, and somewhere between upward-facing dog and downward-facing dog, you caught yourself thinking, what's next? The thing about yoga is that it starts to open up unique conversations. Your yoga teacher knows this well because she was the first to ask you something you'd never been asked before. You were taken aback when she confronted you with a topic you had tried to avoid. It's like that one yoga pose you always wish you could skip. That was the defining moment. You could choose to back off, or you could choose to stay in the conversation. You chose to stay. Your choice inspired your yoga teacher to mention something called Real Evolution Yoga. What is it, you ask? She responds, it's an evolution of the practice beyond just the physical. Ray attends to all aspects of the self, body, mind, and spirit. The first Real Evolution Yoga discussion makes a huge impression. It inspires you to engage with the different domains of the human experience, the physical, emotional, and the cognitive. You become curious about personal patterns and behaviors, wondering how you might integrate the different pieces and evolve into a true whole self. All flushed with your newfound revelations, you hop into your car to head home. At the dinner table, a new you is illuminated, someone who's present, someone who's curious, someone who asks questions. At work, you say, how are you? And really listen to your coworkers' responses. It feels like you stepped out of your black and white world and into a gloriously colored existence, one rich with experience and contemplation. Some Real Evolution yogis have hit the road and started these conversations in communities everywhere. They're traveling throughout the United States and Canada, asking powerful questions that open up some very real dialogue. Here's the thing. When we create a colorful existence, we become inspired to paint the world with colors too. We recognize that the whole human experience is a life enriched with meaning, stories, and connection. All parts of your life and who you are make up the whole. Wouldn't you like to evolve your whole self? Get real with Real Evolution Yoga.